My name's Ronny Pruitt. I'm 39 years old. I am divorced, single father, and I have a 16-year-old daughter. I spent 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, combat veteran in Iraq. You never want to be on a battlefield by yourself. You always have a partner with you, at least one person. But it's best to surround yourself with as many as possible because there are strength in numbers, and you are vulnerable when you're by yourself. The enemy looks for the isolated ones. They look for the ones that are by themselves. I've had 3 failed marriages. My relationship with my daughter has not always been good. Haven't always been the best dad. I started getting into a really isolated, depressed state, and that led to a lot of drinking. I would go to work, I'd get home, I would buy beer on the way home, drink a 12-pack, sometimes more, and just do anything to forget about life, whether it be gaming, alcohol, drugs, pornography, you name it, I was involved in it. It just got to where I couldn't deal with life. I didn't want to open mail. I had stacks of mail sitting on my kitchen table that I wouldn't open, and I basically just got to a place of hopelessness. I was lost. Well, John Procell started inviting me to church, and I came once, and I liked it, but, he kept inviting me, never gave up on me. He introduced me to Pastor Doug, and Doug started with the invites as well, and I'm pretty sure I told both of them this. They would text me on Saturdays and be like, "Hey, can you join us tomorrow for church?" And I was like, "Listen, I'm going to be drunk and hungover. I'm not coming to church in the morning." And to which John replied, "That's okay. We have a 12 o'clock service. You can be over your hangover by then." And so I took him up and I started coming, and I was embraced by everyone. It was such an inviting environment. I remember the first time I met Lincoln, he shook my hand and then he gave me this huge bear hug, and I felt like this guy is my brother that I've never met before. He's amazing. So as I was getting more involved in the church, Doug told me, you've got to bring your daughter to this daddy-daughter dance. And it was a wonderful event, and at the end of the night, Doug shared with all the fathers there, pray for your children, pray for your daughters, but pray for all your children, but specifically pray for your daughters out loud, not just to yourself. And that night I went home and I prayed for my daughter, and I saw that God was doing something powerful, like he was mending places that had been broken for a very long time. So started opening up and really connecting with John and Doug. I started confessing things that were going on in my life that I was struggling with, and never once have either one of them ever condemned me or shamed me for anything that I've shared with them. It's always been with love and compassion, and I'm just so thankful that they've had that heart with me, because I haven't always trusted men to open up to. I've had a difficulty trusting men in the past. So now, with that relationship that I have with them, I have accountability. They invited me to the men's core group. I started going. I was there every Sunday morning, even though I was working third shift. Sometimes the night before, I would go home and get a couple hours of sleep to be at core group on Sunday morning. It was it was amazing. It just made my week start so much better, and I think it made me feel part of something bigger than I was, something bigger than I'd ever been a part of in my entire life, and it gave me a new sense of purpose and vision. And now I am part of 4 groups on core group on Sunday morning. Monday nights I'm part of the men's freedom group. Tuesday nights, I am part of the men's clean class, and Wednesday nights, I have a life group, and in June, I was not part of any groups. So, things are a lot different in my life now. I haven't drank in over a month. I haven't been drunk in over 2 months. It's been a gradual transformation, but I have seen a transformation. Just the way I think, the way I perceive situations, no longer seeing situations from shame and regret, but from hope, from the promises that God, promises. Bitterness, anger, depression have really started to lift off of me. I feel lighter. My health has improved. My outlook on life, relationships, my relationship with my daughter have all deepened and just really led to being much more available to family, to friends, to my brothers in Christ, and reaching out to them has been a new thing to me, because I've always been secluded. I've always just kept to myself, and now I'll pick up the phone. I'll call John. I'll call Doug. I'll call Adam. I'll call coworkers and buddies of mine, and really reach out when I know that I'm getting kind of pulling away, and they check on me too. So it's just been really positive there, really positive changes in my co-parenting experience with my ex-wife and my daughter. It's just been miraculous to see the changes that have happened in them coming to church here, and now actually being part of a life group at my ex-wife's house with my daughter and a group of people that we're doing life with on Wednesday nights. It's just been really amazing. And lastly, fellowship with men, fellowship with guys that I know that have struggled with the things that I'm struggling with right now. But I also get to see their wins. I also get to see the victory in their stories and see transformations and healing and restoration in their lives. And that has been so liberating to me. We Not Me is so important, because you never want to go into battle alone. And now I can say that I have surrounded myself with strong Christian men and people to walk with, and it's impacted my life in a way that I can never be thankful enough for.